this week as they close out their regular season. They've got 2 matches remaining in their regular season, joined now by Lenny Jack and volleyball coach David Humphreys. I saw
why didn't you tell me there was any way?
I didn't know, Ryder.
As you sit there, you make the comment that as the season started, you had senior hitters and now you have freshmen.
Well, we actually don't have any seniors on the squad, so
Experienced too.
this is a year that we knew we were going to be very young, so the kids that are experienced are pretty important to us, and they've done a phenomenal job. And this team from start to finish, we haven't finished not there yet, but from start to where we are now has grown so much. But it's a big part of that has been those returners who help the freshmen get going. But right now, it's a lot of freshmen out there.
And they're playing well.
They are playing well. At times, they play extremely well. It's a consistency factor. It's not that they can't do it at a high level. They just don't. As freshmen, don't do it consistently at a high level.
Same thing that Coach Martha was talking about a moment ago. Picked a bad week. If you watch the movie, you and I remember this. The younger folks out here remember the movie Airplane.
Oh yeah.
Always Bridges picked a bad week with this, picked a bad week. Lumberjacks picked a bad week. Let's play well this past Saturday. That happens when you play a freshman. You just don't know what you're going to get each time out.
Yeah, we've been, really fortunate. We're sitting at 12-2 in conference play right now, so we've been winning. It's going to get a lot more challenging, but this team, I really like they're resilient, and I expect them to get out there and get after it. And we'll deal with a few more errors, and we'll be okay with that. But we just need them to stay aggressive and play, fearless volleyball.
Talk about the impact that, if we can, about the impact that the portal's had on volleyball. Everybody focuses on basketball, football, transfers, NIL, all this stuff. It affects sports like yours too. Is it as great as it has affected some of the others?
Yeah, it's nasty. I'm not a fan of the portal, but yes, it has an impact on college athletics in absolutely every sport. You look, especially if you look across the top 25 right now, you've got those kids just bouncing from one to another every single year. And I don't quite understand it, and I'm not a big fan, but it is impacted every sport.
And as someone who coaches at what we could consider to be a mid-major, long history of success, when you have a young team as you have this year and they excel, then it's doubly hard to keep them here.
We in the recruiting process, the type of player, the type of person we're looking for is one that wants to come here, wants to come for one, the experience, one, the success that they can have, and just to grow as a player. And we've been really fortunate to keep kids. That hasn't been an issue for us. So they want to be in the program, and we want them to be in the program. That's usually not what we're doing.
That's good, because that was the kind of roundabout way I was trying to get there. That's one of the dangers in some of the other sports that if you have freshman or sophomore that goes out there, performs really well, a lot of people see them, and the next thing you know, a lot of people knock it on home.
Yeah, well, we, if you look at the last couple of years, we were really
You're fine. She was trying to run so we didn't get in my way, but I didn't care.
And that's
if I didn't care if it got my way or not.
Years is when the kids finally get to be juniors and seniors, and they understand, and they understand the culture, and they have the on-court experience. They can lead the new players coming into your program. So that's where I don't think you do that with transfers. I don't think you don't get the same culture fit at all, and that's a big part of what allows us to be successful.
And I think too, it just takes a whole different mindset to kind of go into that, because it obviously can be done. New pieces every year. People just plug and play and go on. But you're right. We've been around it long enough to know that we just want the right people, right fit, and knowing that this is what we expect year 1, year 2, it's going to be year 3, and then we just work on it that way. It kind of keep laying the blocks and hopefully it pays off in the end. But others are taking the approach that, yeah, we're going to play this person this year that can be gone out after the season, and we'll find another. And it's just, it's different, but that's the way it's.
Yeah, it's different, and I don't fault people that take that approach. I mean, that's certainly, people have seen some great success doing that. It's not what I'm looking to do with our career.
In women's volleyball, those people, as you mentioned, we talked about 5 of those players from Team A to Team B, and that have they been, because I don't follow this closely, as I'm sure you do, but have they been successful with their new teams?
The players themselves are successful, but sometimes they were playing and were a big part of a very successful team, and now they have moved on, and now they're a big part of another team that maybe isn't as successful. That's what I think. A lot of teams are running into. Texas women's won 2 national championships in a row, and they're, by Texas standards, struggling a little bit this year. And they have a lot. They've got some returns, but they've got a lot of different transfers. SMU, on the other hand, went to the portal and grabbed a whole bunch of kids, and they're doing better than they've ever done in school history. But after this season, all those kids are going to be gone, so we don't know what their squad will look like next year.
And that's the risk you run. Once you go down that rabbit hole, you kind of stuck there, unless you just want to take it on the chin for a couple of years. And that's obviously the choice people make. But Lady Jack volleyball not having to deal with that 20-win season under your belt, 2 more regular season games left, and then the postseason tournaments. Talk a little bit about that, your prospects down there, because I know Southeastern. Close match here, and then you go down there. And so you'll see them again, I would suspect, here coming up in a couple of weeks.
Well,
the Texans are going against the Cowboys again this year.
Because we had a non-conference match.
Texans and the Cowboys are going against each other again.
We decided to go.
Like they do every year.
Because we knew it would be
their biggest rivalry of Texas.
So we've actually lost to them 3 times. All of them have gone 5.
You're fine, you can go ahead.
So, they're going to finish in first
I'm fine if they go through or under the camera. I'm fine with you.
Second place. But we're going to have, I've been explaining to people, even though we're going to finish second, we're going to get a 3 seed because they're taking the winner from each half and giving them the top 2 seeds. So we played a divisional schedule, even though they're not called in divisions, but they're seeding it like it's divisions. So it's a little unique. Corpus is probably going to be the 2 seed, even though they already have 4 losses. And we beat them, we have 2 losses. So a little interesting, but it will still put us on the bracket opposite Southeastern.
So that was what I was going to ask. You have to play at the cities.
Yeah, we would play in the championship. It's only going to impact our first round matchup.
So there you go. That's the scenario for Lady Jack volleyball coming up. And talk a little bit. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. But lots of things have happened in the last couple of days. Where against the
Yeah, we're going to Hammond. So we got our last 2 regular season. We're actually making another South Louisiana trip. We go to Nichols and McNeese, who we just played at home this past week. So we're going to turn around and go play them at their place, and then come home and turn around and head back to Hammond for the tournament. So Southeastern is getting to host that, and it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday format.
Having, you and I both have been to Nichols for a long, long time. 2 weeks ago, the first time I've been down there in about 7 years, and amazed at the changes on Nichols campus. Yes. So that's what I was going to say. I'm assuming volleyballs they still play in the store.
Yes, still play stuff. It looks different.
Didn't go to the gym. Did not go to the gym, but everything around it was different. There's a Chick-fil-A on campus.
Wow.
Standalone Chick-fil-A.
There's more than just that little bubbles.
Yes, there is more than bubbles now. There's quite a bit more than bubbles there. Yeah, I'm amazed. The big end zone facility for football and lots of improvements there.
Which one?
See what happens.
Mom, which one?
That's good to know
Mom,
because that's where we're
which
going to
one?
spend the majority of our time. When you're down there Wednesday.
What about what?
Either early Friday and head to.
I like it to have a chair with wheels more than just a chair that just spins around there. Have a chair that spins around with
And that's always the best way. I always appreciated whenever the scheduling people, when we had those swings like that, like we got the long road first.
Yes.
At least you're making your way back home on Saturday, and a short trip down on Saturday after the final game. So that's what's coming up for you. You got Nichols and McNeese to close out the regular season and the postseason tournament, hosted by Southeastern Louisiana in Hamilton, Louisiana. Tell us the dates when it gets underway.
Oh gosh, it's Thursday to Saturday.
Yeah,
Not this week, but the next week.
A week from this Thursday, we'll begin in
Or
Hamilton.
Friday. I'm sorry, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're used to playing on Thursday, Saturday, and the tournament is set up just a normal single elimination 1-3, no buys. So we'll end up playing a 6 seed, which looks like could end up being an HCU, East Texas A&M University, one of those two.
Well, take your pick. I mean, because it's that was what Colby and I were talking about a moment ago. Because in their stadium, in their defense, I think the decision was made like Monday or Tuesday of last week, and to call East Texas A&M, and they had some final banners up with East Texas A&M on it. Everybody else still had Texas A&M Congress. I'm sure that the uniforms all say A&M Congress, and that's probably what they're being really until. They might get some of those stuff for the spring. The spring teams may have East Texas A&M uniforms, but that would be tough to get a quick order to fill.
Well, we've gone back to more where we came from.
Yeah, that's right. And that's probably perhaps what they should have called. They didn't ask us.
No, they didn't, but,
Well, enjoy Thibodeau.
thank you. Yeah, we'll enjoy that trip down there and get the freshmen some more playing time and just continuing to grow and then head to the tournament.
All right, Lady Jack Volleyball again, 2 on the road to close out the regular season with the tournament a week from this coming Friday in Hammond, Louisiana, on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. Debbie Humphreys, volleyball coach, coming up. Ben Williams, soccer coach. His regular season just wrapped up. Went for the postseason tournament. Now he's headed to the NCAA tournament. The Lumberjack volleyball soccer team. And he's up next. Take a quick time out here. Buffalo Wild Wings here until 8 p.m. Back after this on the Lumberjack Sports Network.